Why, are you guys in charge? I don't know if I'd want to be in charge. It's the true north side, where our library used to stay here. Our old new library, because it was new in my lifetime. Our city paid out over $7 million to acquire a different property so that they could demolish it and rebuild a brand new library. Again, this was our library, and now it is True North. The city basically paid True North to take this building, and we purchased another building on 4th Avenue. This is the True North location on 4th Avenue and 5th Street, southeast. So it's the end of the 4th block downtown, and it's basically where downtown ends. And we acquired this property for $4 million. Some would say it was 4.8, and just trying to figure it out. Right there's our ground transportation center. For the last 3 years, our people have been standing outside 12th Avenue, and our ground transportation center has sat empty. Okay, this is about the location where the new ground transportation center was supposed to go, but since the local option sales tax failed, they won't be going there. They'll be going back to the old ground transportation center, which really had nothing to do with the local option sales tax, but when it failed, all of a sudden, we're able to go back to the ground transportation center. We're talking about changing the skyline of Cedar Rapids, and right here would be the event center. Over $100 million to rebuild. This is all one project. The city's putting it off like it's 3 or 4. They won't do one project without another. There's the hotel, and this will be the convention center. $100 million. $100 million. Okay, so our boundaries of downtown, well, it about ends right up here. This is about the extent of it. Right here. So the stuff I'm talking about, it might seem petty, but we still don't have flood protection on the west side, and the east side's being all built up, and they've got flood protection down most of the side of the wall, and it's just kind of unfair that our whole city was impacted. The west side was impacted even more so than the east side, and nothing's been invested. Now we're on the west side of the river. Okay, so like Swift Valley's out of business, Pioneer Pen's out of business. We've got Cooper's Mill, we've got the Abbey Center, we've got Diamond B Mills, and of course the all famous fire department that's being rented for who knows how much, $30,000 a month. So I want to take you to a city-owned house and show you what has been invested. Okay, I'm on H Avenue, Northwest, and this is a city-owned house. $0 have been invested. Right next to a house that's been rebuilt. $0. $0. $0. And the houses that are missing, well, I suppose you could count the demolition money as money towards the project, but not for the improvement. Oh, and by the way, I have video of developers going in this house before it was sold. The city's property, what's been invested? $0. $0. $0. Here's an example of involuntary buyout. The lady that lived here wanted to rebuild. You can see the person next to her did. And apparently the person next to her on the other side, but she was told no. She had to buy a brand new house and get out, even though it was her dad's house. This used to be a neighborhood full of houses, and now it is not. This is my neighborhood, and I love it over here. I think it looks horrible. I think it's a shock to the social conscience. I think it's a waste of FEMA money to take low-cost housing out of a community, especially when low-cost housing has served as a tax base for 120 years. Now, the only houses left over here belong to banks,